Hi everyone, this is the Space Cowboy, just coming at you with what I hope to be the first of what should be a weekly show, if not weekly, every second week of Diablo Sundays. What I want to do with this kind of series is, as you can see, I'm on Act 3 of Diablo 3. What I'm hoping to do with this series is get me through to the end of the story and the DLC and go into adventure mode and have some fun with that. I hear seasons are coming to they're coming to Diablo, so I'm hoping to kind of invest in that a little bit as well and really have some fun with Diablo, because I've had this game for a while and to be honest I'm not having that much fun with that. I should be having more fun, and what I'm hoping to do is through this series just kind of discover the ins and outs. I'm going to be reading up on Diablo, kind of getting to the grips of it, and kind of finding out what more I can do with the game rather than just playing through the story and the adventure mode. Because everyone says Diablo really starts once the story's over and you can muck around with your character and stuff. So that's what I'm kind of hoping to do here. So my character's a demon hunter, got it to Act 3. I've upgraded my blacksmith and my artisan quite a bit, so they've got quite a good selection going here. I've got a few things in here that I can muck around with. So what I'm going to do is just jump straight back into where I was. We'll run this video about 20 minutes or so, just to give you an idea of where I am, and we'll kind of go from there. So what I have to do now is, it says I have to raise catapults, so I'm not sure where I've got to go to do that, so I'll go back in here, and I think it's this way. Yeah, it's this way. So, this game, Diablo, if you're not familiar with it, is a dungeon crawler. The entire point of it, and I know this is going to sound very belittling to the game, but it's not in any way. The point of the game is to kill as many guys as possible, get some good loot, get some money, buy better loot, find better loot, equip yourself with better loot, and kill more and more bad guys. Okay, so he's asking us to do something now.
Trouble is, the lift stopped. We can't see what went wrong through all the muck down there. Oh, what now?
Oh, we've got some demons coming.
Captain, what do we do?
Let's get to work. So my main weapon is hand crossbows. I did have a two-handed crossbow that did a bit more damage, but I figured rate of fire would be much better with the two one-handed crossbows, and that's proven pretty well for me. I was able to defeat the boss in episode 2 pretty quickly. So let's get these demons. I've got this cool almost machine gun-like fire. That's one of my special abilities. As you can see in the left-hand corner, there's two bars, two bits in the orb. One is my mana, and the other one is my rage, which powers these special attacks. And this guy, Dragus, he's a special character, so he's got his own little bar, so we're trying to take him out. And my rage is powered up, so I can maybe take him down a bit quicker. So I know I seem to be breezing past this, and I really am not. It's just there's a lot to take in when you first play the game, or first jump into it after a long time. So this is my inventory. You go through it in a kind of radial manner. So I'll start off with my crossbow. What I have in the right is what is equipped, and it's called the Empty Vault. Does quite a bit of damage. I've got Target Spite in the second hand. I've got some new gloves. I will be equipping them, so we'll just hit the equip with them. You can see the different armor. Now, the armor, if it's got a circle in it, that means it can be slotted with a gem. A gem can be of different colours, and different colours inputs different stats. You can see in the right, I've got Cavalry Arts. I don't know what that means, but those stats I've socketed in. Evasive fire damage, Demon Hunter only. So that's quite good. So I'm going to keep that. For now. What have we got here? Got some better armor. I'm going to go with the higher stats. Just sometimes higher stats is better, sometimes it's not. I don't want. I think I will change the helmet. And what you can do is, if you don't like the look of something, that's where your artisan comes in. He comes in and he's able to go, right, I can change how these look so it looks a bit better for you. And that definitely is a better ring. So I might do that later on. Right now, I only care about getting through the story. But what I'm going to do is upgrade, give him a better weapon, a better shield. And I think I'll give him one of the rings. Yeah, I'll give him that ring. He's a paladin who I met in the first act, and I kind of have him palling around with me. There's an archer and a sorceress that you can have with you, and I've had them at different points, but I always feel he's got better skills, like he can buff with healing and things, so he's better to have around when it comes to these type of things. So yeah, the story at the moment is we're trying to protect a gem, and it holds the souls of pretty much some of the biggest demons in hell, and that's what we're doing here. We're trying to stop an invasion from the nether realm of demons, and they're trying to free Diablo, who is the big bad. He was kept in a gem from, I think, Diablo 1, and now we're trying to stop him from getting free. So that's basically it. The story's inconsequential to the gameplay and the loot, which is very addictive. I played the second Diablo. I played Diablo 2 was my first intro to the series. Played it on PC for a little bit. It was quite addictive, but as I've said before, I'm not a PC gamer, so I couldn't get into it as much as I would have liked. So Diablo 3, now that it's on consoles, I was able to...
I will stay with you.
What are... That was... okay. That was pretty... That guy was dying and you're just like, you're a coward. So, you know, it's always good...
The imbecile who slew my brother Belial now means to aid the keep's beleaguered soldiers. He brings a girl with him. She could undo us all. But I am not Belial. He was weak and cowered behind his disguises. Of course they failed him. We will seize our victory through bloodshed.
So that was Asmodeus. He is I think he's going to be basically our boss for this entire act. He's the one that's leading this invasion and wants his brothers, who are Diablo, Belial, there's another one, I can't remember his name. He wants them freed from this black gem that we have, and he wants them so that they can kind of take over this realm. Like I said, it's inconsequential. Kill the demons, get the better. An adventure mode, which is kind of like, it opens random maps from the different acts for you to run bounties and get demons. That it's a good way to get loot, is the main thing, because that's what this game is all about. It's all about the loot. If you've played a Borderlands, if you've played an MMO, I mean, it's all about the grind for loot. I mean, Borderlands, you're always looking for the next best gun, and World of Warcraft, you're always looking for the next best sword or shield or whatever it is you use. You're always looking for the next best thing, and that's Diablo is kind of the best example of that. So I need to use all my kind of... Oh, I'm frozen. So you kind of need to use all your kind of best stats when it comes to these guys. So, you know, that's what these games kind of excel at. Kind of the I hate to use the phrase, but the loot whore in everyone. You're always wanting the best thing. So that's what this game's really about. Nothing really good in there. Have we got anything that's good for you? Not really. So, yeah, not sure what else. Diablo, it's one of those games you have to play it to get it, if you know what I mean. It's so much fun. I mean, when I found out Diablo 3 was coming to consoles, I was overjoyed, because I'd played Diablo 2 and was like, oh god, if this was only on like a PS2 or PS3, that would be amazing. Because it's just that constant. What they do is they create randomized dungeons and have little randomized dungeons that you go through again and again to and get the better gear. And I don't know what it is about Blizzard. They seem to do it better than anyone. Because when mobile gaming first became a big thing and you could get really good graphics, there was a game that came out, I cannot remember it for the life of me, Dungeon Hunter, I think it was called. And that tried to do Diablo. And they brought it out for PSP, and I played it on the PSP, and it's garbage. It's hot garbage. It is bad. It just doesn't have the feel of Diablo. It wants to be Diablo. I mean, you've got the different classes, the kind of story structure leading you through, but it's awful. So I don't know what it is about Blizzard. They just do it so much better than everyone that the feel of it is great. The enemy design is fantastic. It all works with Blizzard. That's why World of Warcraft's like digital crack, because they do something so much better. I mean, I've played a few different MMOs in my time, and not one of them has got me hooked like World of Warcraft did. I don't know what it is about them. They've got that special ingredient that just, you're like, I need to play this. And I was hooked on World of Warcraft for a long time. I played a lot of World of Warcraft. I had different characters. I was into the expansions. I even got up to Wrath of the Lich King with my expansions, and if you know anything about World of Warcraft, that's fairly far at the beginning. I had a Death Knight character who was awesome. I had a Hunter who was amazing. But I've never played an MMO quite like it. There's different fancy MMOs that I've tried. I've tried Lord of the Rings Online, which was alright. I've tried Neverwinter, tried Warframe, you know, Star Trek Online. Nothing quite gets it.
You must be the one that lit the fires.
Oh.
Help me free the recruits so they can raise this catapult. Over here.
Right, lead the way. And that's the thing about these games, these things pop up like new events.
Let's protect the recruits while they raise the catapult.
So, that might be something that always happens. I've heard people say that different things happen when you play games like this, where an event will pop up that doesn't happen normally. And that's pretty cool. That's what Diablo is all about. It's all about, you know, you've got these little things that you have to do as the game goes on. You find in a dungeon a random event will pop up, and you'll do it, you'll raise some levels, you get better skills, but most of all, the guys will drop some pretty sweet gear. So, catapult's coming up. We're not nearly there yet, but I can see it. So yeah, so this is just going to be a chance for me to go through this game and get my levels up, and also have a chat on this. I mean, I'm broadcasting live on Twitch, and it will go up on YouTube later, but what really this is just a chance for me to talk and play the game and get myself through it. Otherwise it'd just be me sitting listening to a podcast, and I figure why not give some content out for people to see if they're interested. If not, they can just ignore it. But I'm going to try and do this every week, if not every week, every second week, just for a little random game. Random game of Diablo. On Saturday I'll be doing random Saturdays where I'll play a random game. Yesterday I did Mad Max. Next week I think I'm going to do Lego Marvel Superheroes, which is pretty awesome. Today, just for anyone that's interested, I went to see Rogue One today. I was at that this morning. Had a voucher for the cinema that I got for my birthday this year. My brother-in-law got me a voucher, and my wife said that she would take her son to a soft play area for him to kind of have something to do, because although he's 5, he's not into Star Wars, so to take him to see that movie, I think he would have been bored by it. And also as well, I thought Rogue One was pretty brutal at some points. If you've not seen Rogue One and you like Star Wars, do yourself a favour, go see it. It's great fun. It's really good. There was some laugh out loud moments. A lot of nods to A New Hope. This game, there was a lot of scenes where I felt they might as well have just turned to the camera and winked with some of them. It's not as blatant. Well, it is blatant, but it's not as bad as the prequels did it. The prequels, there was some bits where it's like, here's Jabba the Hutt. You know, like in episode 1, it's like, here's Jabba the Hutt. Here's our regular Star Wars character. You know, and there was nothing as bad as that because they did it really well. It was all, you knew where everything was leading to, and they did it in a way not to pander.
Scouts report that more of those wretched demon
Okay.
soldiers need to be protected. The platform will rise more quickly.
Right.
if we don't
Well,
obey.
stop talking and they'll do it, and we'll protect them. So yeah, I saw Rogue One. It was pretty awesome. I really enjoyed it. I don't want to say anything that spoils it, so I'm not going to. What I might do is have a random game stream tonight where I maybe talk about Rogue One spoilers, because I really do want to get some of it off my chest. And my wife wouldn't understand because she doesn't enjoy Star Wars as much. She was kind of like, whatever, you know. That's why she didn't come with me to the cinema. So, you know, I'll probably do a random game stream tonight later on and just get some Rogue One spoilers off my chest while I play another. I might Mad Max. A cool one to play while I talk through what's happening.
My hatred is too low.
What it did though is that what Rogue One did was it really burned a fire in me. I was like, this is amazing, and I thought to myself, I would love to play Jedi Knight again. Jedi Knight was a game for the PC. If you know anything about PC games, there's a game called Dark Forces that came out on PC where you played Kyle Katarn, who was a pilot for the Rebels, kind of a smuggler by trade. In Dark Forces, he's the one that steals the plans to the Death Star. So, with them wiping away the extended universe, he's not a character anymore. He doesn't exist. He didn't steal the plans to the Death Star. Rogue One did. That's what the entire point of Rogue One is. They're stealing the plans to the Death Star, and that's not a spoiler. That's actually in the trailer. What Kyle Katarn did in Dark Forces wasn't as epic as what Rogue One did. Kyle Katarn kind of stole it, shot some stormtroopers, and that was the game. It was Kyle Katarn's adventures. Dark Forces. Jedi Knight was the follow-up to that, where you find out that Kyle Katarn was actually a Jedi who turned to the dark side for a little bit, but is no longer a Jedi. Doesn't really care about the forces of evil and good. He's just a smuggler trying to kind of help himself. And through the course of Dark Forces 2 Jedi Knight, Kyle Katarn becomes a Jedi again. He picks up what his father, who was once a Jedi, he picks up his father's mantle, he grabs a lightsaber and becomes a Jedi Knight and faces off against some dark Jedi. They're not called Sith in this extended universe, they're called Dark Jedi. For a reason best known to the writers. I don't know why they just didn't call them Sith Lords. But yeah, Kyle Katarn faces off against them, and that game for me on the PC was incredible. A lot of people will say, oh no, but Jedi Knight 2 was much better, and you know, Jedi Knight 2 Jedi Outcast was so much better. No, you're talking nonsense. Jedi Knight was a far superior game. The only thing Jedi Knight 2 Jedi Outcast did is it gave you a third-person view for lightsaber battles, and it made more of a focus on lightsaber battles. But the fact of the matter is, he's talking. The fact of the matter is, Jedi Knight 2, Jedi Knight 1, had fantastic maps, huge levels. And it also meant that once you had a lightsaber, you didn't drop a gun. You were using guns, you were using bombs, because I hate to say it, in those movies, the prequel movies, a Jedi isn't just someone who uses a lightsaber and a lightsaber only. He uses everything he's got at his side. He uses guns, he uses bombs, because he knows the Force alone. The Force alone isn't going to save him. I think a real Jedi would be using everything he could, guns, bombs, just to get the job done. because with a gun, a Jedi Knight's going to have more accuracy. He's going to be able to guide his bolts, which I think is a real, and I hope to do that in episode 8. They show what's her face. I don't know what's wrong with my brain today. They show her, the girl who's now the Jedi.
My mistake.
I hope she'll be using a gun as well as, like Han Solo's gun. She was given that, so I hope she uses that as well as a lightsaber, because you have to be realistic. A squadron of stormtroopers against one lightsaber, it's not going to work. So, you know, that's kind of what my thoughts were. It got me wanting to play that game again. It was incredible. I remember finishing it.
I'd watch my temper. Do me a favour, and don't mention that I shouted at you a little, alright?
So yeah, that's I kind of saw. So I saw Rogue One. That was incredible. If you're a fan, see it. It's absolutely amazing. It's such a good film. I was one of 6 people in the cinema because I went to an early showing. Went till 11 o'clock in the morning showing. And the cinema was busy, but that was for the kids showing later on. Well, around about the same time, but there was a kids showing of, to be honest, I don't know what movie it was, but it's a cheap movie where adults can take their kids to it, and kids get to watch a film, eat some popcorn, and enjoy. So the cinema was busy, but I was one of 6 people on the screen. So yeah, so we've finished that part. I need to get back to the stronghold to finish this mission, so that's what I'm going to do, and we'll wrap up the video once I do that then. So this is the first episode of Diablo Sundays where I am going to play the game. I've introduced Diablo, so I don't really need to talk more about the game itself. What I'll basically do is have a general chat with you, talk about what what games I'm playing, what's happened, kind of different things like that. I talked about Rogue One because I saw it. I won't be boring you with the inane pleasantries about my life, about, today I went shopping. I won't be doing anything like that. Just the only reason I spoke about Rogue One because I'm a geek and I saw it and I was pretty excited about it. So, yeah, I'm going to wrap up the video right about now because I think we've got quite a distance to go. Let's have a look. Yeah, I've got a distance to go before I get to the objective. So, what I'll do is I'll wrap up the video there. If you've enjoyed this, please just drop me a comment and say if you liked it or not, if you want me to keep going. If you don't, put a dislike if you want, but please like and subscribe if you enjoyed it, and I'll keep posting videos as long as people keep enjoying them. So I am Space Cowboy and I'm signing off. Thanks for watching.